From Sega being annoying to insane Aya, an arrogant high schooler. Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Top 5 Touhou Doujin Works. The series where I look over doujin works I or you guys have noticed throughout the week and had the need to tell you guys about it. Before continuing on, just note that I am still sick as of this recording, so sorry if I sound like shitty. So without further ado, let's begin the Top 5 Touhou Doujin Works number 31. Number 5. So what do you get when you combine the crews of Scarlet Weather, UFO, and Hiso Tensoko? A doujin work, I guess. Red Book, created by Tako, is basically that with a comedic story. So there's two parts to this work, strangely enough. The first part is mostly involving a bunch of the girls related to those games getting themselves into some hilarious situations. Like Eek being inside Uzan for a day. Just saying that just sounds so surreal. I couldn't make this shit up even if I tried. From there, each page is like a one-shot of random shit, like Nue with unknown stuff, the meeting of the Rainbow Crew, and much more. There's also a 4-panel coma style where they end things off with a joke or something like that. The second half sort of follows a storyline with preparing yourself for earthquakes. Long story short, don't follow any of their advice, especially if you want to live. If you want to see random shenanigans of all three crews, check this work out. Number 4. This next work is gonna focus on Patchouli, and don't worry, she won't be using Mei Ling as a mule of sorts this time. The key to the distantly near world, created by Paji, starts with Patchouli and a monologue about the concept of knowledge. Pretty appropriate given her last name. She even remarks about that fact as well. As to be expected, Marissa pops in and tries to borrow some books, with Alice arriving as well. Alice and Patchouli converse with one another, and Patchouli comments on how Alice is seeking knowledge when it relates to life. Patchouli gives an explanation of what magic is and what Alice's type of magic is. Let's just say Alice didn't take what Patchouli said so kindly. Patchouli did give an explanation to Alice of why she's so talkative and analytical towards the puppeteer. That's as far as I'll go with this work, as I can't do Patchouli's explanation justice. This is a more introspective work that obviously focuses on Patchouli and her viewpoint on magic and the difference it is between her, Alice, and Marissa. And I really love this monologue type-ish work involving Patchouli, as I haven't come across much of it. A nice refresher. If you want to see a very magic-oriented work with Patchouli explaining it, you can't go wrong with this one. Number 3. So in Hidden Star, when playing Aya's route, you'll eventually face Nemuno. You learn that there's an agreement between the Tengu and the Yamambas, aka Nemuno's people. The agreement was that the Tengu weren't supposed to be in the Yamambas' territory. Aside from a spell card battle and an interview afterwards, things turned out pretty well. Or that's what we thought, anyway. Foolish Tengu raid, created by Zunus, starts off with Aya wanting to raid the mountain hags, even though she has no reason for it. I don't know why, but Zunus decided to make Aya very crazy here. One, I'm not complaining though. Faced with no other choices, Momiji and Hatate come help Aya out unless they want their village to be in a blaze. Momiji and Hatate do face Nemuno, and let's just say that the Yamanba is quite prepared to handle both Tengus. If you want to see a doujin work involving one of the newer girls and a rather unstable Aya, this could give you a good laugh. Number 2. So if you weren't wary of Sega, she's the Wicked Hermit. Not someone you want to have as a role model. Even if she tries to play the role of Santa, we know full well that your shit is going to be stolen real quick. Let's just say her Santa days are going to have to wait for a bit as she's focused on something else. John Se-chan said Everything's Gonna Be Alright, created by Sonata Ozi, is a work that focuses on Sega and surprisingly ran. Another pair I wouldn't expect a doujin work to focus on. It starts with Sega explaining on how to make something that would allow you to become a hermit. But Ran could give two fucks about that. Sega keeps trying to get Ran to become a hermit and the like, but it doesn't work. In fact, the trolling in this works is perhaps legendary, as Sega does not want to let Ran go. And that's practically the main gist of this work. As simple as it may sound, this has got to be my favorite interpretation of Sega I've ever seen. She perfects the art of being annoyingly amusing. If you want to see Sega, John Se-chan, bother the fuck out of Ran, then check this out. as I think this is the only work that will feature these two girls. Number 1. So I've talked about our high schooler, Sumuriko, quite a bit when it comes to interesting Touhou facts. This time we'll be looking at a work that focuses on Sumuriko, but this time it'll be around her school life. Diagonal Idol, created by Nakatani Neo, is a story that's mainly about Sumuriko, but the unique twist is that it centers on a student in Sumuriko's class. And everything that happens in this work is from the student's point of view from my understanding. Right off the bat, we learn that this student is fixated on Sumuriko, but not only this person though. It seems that this class is also interested in Sumuriko, but let's just say that Sumuriko here is a Class A douchebag. And for some fucking reason, people are still interested in her. Tired of these girls, Sumuriko creates the secret sailing club in order to drive these girls away from her. But that doesn't deter our main protagonist from being intrigued by Sumuriko. And our student even learns a little of who Reimo is. And in the end, our student asks to be Sumuriko's friend, after everything. And Sumuriko answers it in the most douchiest way possible. I'm not gonna lie, that fucking pissed me off. The best part though, is that it does line up with Sumuriko's personality. For those who don't remember, Sumuriko has a superiority complex and thinks herself above her peers and can't stand being near those who she considers beneath her. After Urban, she does mellow down and becomes humble. But since this work came out in 2015, which is when we first saw Sumuriko, it appears she didn't bring any of that humbleness into the outside world. I really feel sorry for this student, and we don't even know their name. I commend your efforts in trying to be friends with the asshole here. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which doujin works are you going to check out later? Would you love to learn more about magic with Patchley? Do you want to see how Aya, Hatate, and Momoji handle Nemu no? And I use the term handle very loosely. Or do you want to see Sega annoy the shit out of Ran? If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe, or else Sega might start knocking on my door asking me to join Taoism. And let's just say that hermit is gonna get punched real fast if she does so. Either way, this is Magi, and thanks again for watching.